Up, Commonsense fifth grade teacher. Welcome to my channel. Here we try to help kids fall in love with reading. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the last read alouds of the school year. These are the books that I read to my students during the last week of the school year. Yeah, but all of these books the last week of the school year. Let's start off with our very first read aloud of the school year. This is a school. It's also the very last book that I read aloud to them. It's a beautiful way to set the tone for the school year, to have conversations about big hopes and big dreams and things like that. And then every kid on the last day of the school year gets a copy of this book, signed by every single one of their teachers with a little note. It's quite the project, quite the undertaking. I get a lot of help from the teachers in my building that they're willing to do all of that and to sacrifice all that time at the end of the year to write some really heartfelt and beautiful letters to their students. Then we read it together, and then on the back and then pages on the back, they all sign each other's books. It's kind of an amazing thing. Still a surprise for a lot of kids. Like there's tears and joy, but it's starting to become like a thing that we do. This is the third year I've done it, so more and more kids, like siblings and different things, kind of know it's coming, and they're really excited in different ways than when it was a total surprise. I've never read this book at the end of the school year, but Holy Smokes, the World Belonged to Us by Jacqueline Woodson and Leo Espinosa is a beautiful book to just have conversations with kids at the end of the year about like, what are their hopes and dreams for summer? Like, be careful, summer's just gonna be gone. Like over, you're back to school, you're a middle schooler now, but like, let's make the most of it. Let's enjoy it. Let's just live life to the fullest. And this book just really just shows the magic of summer and the joy of summer and the possibility of summer. This will become a staple for me at the end of the year. Okay, next up, I just got this book in the mail and I was so excited to read it to my fifth graders. It's called Fireworks. And I actually think that this is the best picture book of the entire year so far that I've read. Like, check out this art. And the fireworks that happen later in it. It's just absolutely, it's just beautiful. It's breathtaking. The text is magical. The art is breathtaking. I think you could win all of the awards. There's a gatefold where a page folds up, and oh my gosh, doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than what this book does. Absolutely just magical. So we read these three books during the week of the last week. And then at the end of each day, we read one of these. And these are their 5 favorite picture books of the year. They voted. I gave them a list of all the books we read aloud. They nominated their 5 favorites. I took the 10 books that got the most votes, and they all voted for 5. And these 5 were their 5 favorite books of the year. Spider in the Well, which is hilarious about this newsboy. Everyone in town treats him like garbage. They take advantage of him. He like does everything for everyone else. They get mad because their wishes aren't coming true. They send the newsboy to the wish, finds out there's a spider in the well stealing all the gold. It's hilarious. There's betrayal, there's stealing, there's blackmail, all kinds of things that you love to see in a picture book. Spider in the Well, check it out. And what's interesting is most of these 5 books, 4 of the top 5 are kind of silly, kind of, we call them weird books. We read a weird book every Friday. But this one is really sad. It's got some really sad things. It's about this fox whose dog dies. And he really does go through a rough patch. And watching him try to put his life back together is just remarkable. It's a beautiful picture book. We read this book in the fall. They were just shocked by it. Their hearts were touched. They were just so moved by the story. And rereading it with them, knowing how it ends and knowing how things happen, it's just precious. I love watching them experience it for a second time. So The Rough Patch, one of their favorite books of the year, and it's really easy to see why. 3 Billy Goat Scruff. I do a really good troll voice. I'm not always the best with voices, but man, I can do a troll voice. All 3 of these last 3 books, all by the same author-illustrator tandem, John Clausen and Mac Barnett. They couldn't get enough. I think on the final ballot, there were like 6 of Clausen's books on there. So amazing book, great spin on the story. The end just goes off the rocker. The end is wild, really fun. The Wolf, the Duck, and the Mouse. I've not read this book the last 2 years. Oh my gosh, my kids were really missing out. And I was missing out because it's hilarious. and so much fun. It's so fun to read. It's so fun to revisit. I've never done this where we've read our 5 favorite books at the end of their 5 favorite books at the end of the year. But it was really cool. I think it's something we'll always do. And kind of how it starts is the first 2 weeks of the school year, during the first 10 days of the school year, I read the favorite book from the previous year's class. So last year's class, their favorite book was Vashti Harrison's Calder Continental winning book, Big. It wasn't a Calder Continental when we read it, but during the school year it won it. And so we read that, and it's a beautiful book, great conversation this year. And I let them know that this was last year's favorite book, and they really wanted you to read it. And I told them at the end of the year, you're going to pick your favorite books. And then the next school year, which will be next school year, I will read whatever book you pick to a new group of readers. And the book that they selected this year, Sam and Dave Dig a Hole, which is one of the wildest books I've ever read in my entire life. And I love that this class connected so well with it. They loved it. Rereading it is just a different experience and just as equally as magical of an experience. There's just so much joy. There's just so many smiles when you're reading this book. And that makes my heart so happy. After you read it the last day of the school year, they sign the end papers, and then I can show all those names to next year's class, and we dig into this at the beginning of the school year. So those are some of the books that I ended the school year with. Some for me that I picked, a new book that I wanted to check out, and then their 5 favorites. It was really fun to involve them in the process and let them have some ownership in the last books that we read. Hopefully you found something to add to your to-read list that you can share with kids. All these books work all throughout the entire year. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome, fantastic day.